What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to Rob's Table Talk, a show dedicated to all of you guys, a time each day to talk some Packers for myself and for you. So thank you for tuning in. I've been trying a few different things with the show over the first few weeks, and thank you all for your feedback. I am seeing the comments and the messages, and I'm taking your advice on what you want more of, what you want less of. So if you want to see something that would make our daily chats more enjoyable for yourself, please let me know. Most of them were about getting to the comments a little more, so that's what I'm going to do. Speaking of that, let's get to it. We got Lenny over here in the chat on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in, Lenny. He says, you think we getting OBJ? I don't think so. I don't think any team's going to be getting OBJ until probably middle of the season when he's healthy. And he'll probably have his pick of teams he wants to go play for. Whether that's a team that's, in the hunt for a Super Bowl, somebody that needs a receiver, a team that he thinks he's going to get some targets at. Could be us if our young guys don't produce as we're thinking they might. But I'd be surprised. We wanted him here last year. We couldn't pay him as much as the Rams. So he chose the Rams, and that was the right decision. Clearly, they won a Super Bowl. So thank you, Lenny, for the question. I appreciate it. Christian, what is happening, man? Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you tuning in. Monday through Friday, every day, I'll be here talking Packers with you guys. Jose, should we sign Kenny Stills? I don't see Kenny Stills having any connection with us unless we get some injuries at receiver. I don't see us signing any receivers until or if some injuries happen. So I know he wants to play for us. He's been making that known very clear on Twitter. I saw something the other day where he wants to spam Rodgers mentions. So he thinks that Rodgers has any say on who comes to this team, which he does. A la Randall Cobb. So I don't think we're going to get Stills, though, unless some injuries happen. Then the Packers might be in on that conversation like they are everybody else. Ethan, I love the comment over on Instagram. A-Rod going for three-peat. Yeah. He's got a little chance, although I think I've said it before. It's kind of that LeBron thing where, he's already got it the last 2 years. Voters might look elsewhere, even if he does deserve it. But if he's neck and neck with somebody, I don't think they're going to give him the edge over somebody else, say a Herbert, Mahomes, those guys. Maybe Brady. I don't want to say it, but yeah, you never know. Stafford, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson if he goes off. Tua, dare I say Tua? Yeah, I think the Dolphins are going to be better than people are expecting this year. Blake Dobbs. Let's go. Can we nickname him, or can we give him a nickname like Doobie? We can if he turns out pretty good. I'm hoping he does. We know, though, training camp produces stars, and sometimes those training camp stars don't translate into the regular season. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Dobbs. I think he's got a good shot to make some noise in the regular season, but he's done good in OTAs. Did good in training camp. He's done great in the preseason games. Next up, regular season. So, CC over on Instagram, thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. I really like the comment by Rodgers about Dobbs, saying he is going to hold him to a higher standard because he has shown he is ready at a different level. He's already at a different level. Yes, sir. Yes, I completely agree. I listened to that yesterday, the little after practice locker room, little presser segment. He did say, he's going to hold him to a higher standard because they know he can be held to a higher standard than most rookies compared to the past. Along with, they're going to need him to produce more than rookie receivers have in the past here in Green Bay. So, yeah, I agree. Blake, which running back is number 3? Well, Colin Hill was just placed in the PUP, the in-season PUP, which means we won't see him till after week 4. I think that leads the way for either Patrick Taylor or Tyler Goodson. I know, most people want and like the new names, the new guys, Tyler Goodson, but don't forget about Patrick Taylor. He's been with the system for the past few years now, and when he is out there playing in the regular season, he's done well. So Tyler Goodson, Patrick Taylor, those are the two that are there for the running back 3 spot. I'm not sure if we'll even keep 3 running backs, but there still will need to be a running back 3, whether it's on the active roster or the practice squad. If I had to bet, Tyler Goodson. Why not? But when Colin Hill comes back, I think it's his job. So, CCK over on Instagram. We need to see Watson play. I hope he plays in this game tomorrow. Needs to catch up. Yeah, I think all signs are pointing towards him playing tomorrow, unless there's a hiccup this week. He's been doing team drills. He's been doing well. Made some nice catches. I was listening to Packers Unscripted this morning with Mike Spofford and Wes over at Packers.com, and they love this guy. I do too. Said his catch radius is ridiculous. So I would bet he plays tomorrow. Unlike the veteran starters, they will not be playing tomorrow, which I think is the right move. Was also listening to Andy Herman's Pack a Day podcast this morning, and he said it's the right move, and I completely agree. You can't win a Super Bowl in the preseason. Nothing you do in the preseason can, translate, or it doesn't matter basically. But you can lose it in the preseason. Say if Rodgers goes down, or Jair or Rashawn or any of our big time guys go down, then yeah, you can definitely lose a Super Bowl in the preseason if we lose our guys. So why put them out there? I get last year, week 1, we got spanked, but yeah, probably was a little bit, didn't really gel before the season started. But at the same time, we were supposed to play at the Saints down there in New Orleans. Then it got moved to Jacksonville, I believe is where it was at. And just a weird game. The stands were like half full. The energy wasn't there from anybody besides the Saints, of course. And then look what happened. Turn around and go 14-3, 13-4. One of those games being the Lions game. Didn't matter. We didn't play our guys for the whole game. Vikings game, we lose on a last-second field goal. And the Chiefs game, when Rodgers was out, we still could have won. And, I mean, week 1, yes, it has a ton to do with the season. But like I've heard many guys say, we need to be playing our best ball late in the year. So, Watson, though, hope he plays tomorrow. Yeah, he needs to catch up. Blake, Crosby cut? No, he's going to be our guy this year. And thankfully, I love Mason. The main thing I ask everybody is who are you going to replace him with? I know Ahmed's been doing pretty good this preseason. He made a tackle on kickoff because our kickoff coverage was bad. But no, they said he's doing pretty good. They're at the timeline they want to be on with his recovery, and he's been doing some kicking stuff inside as of yesterday, so I think he'll be ready to go for week 1. King AJ, you're back. Let's go, King AJ. Thanks for hopping on. Miss you yesterday. Not sure what you were doing that was more important than talking Packers, but I'll let it slide. Thoughts on Vernon Scott getting cut? Yeah, tough to see him get cut. He got hurt with a shoulder injury on Friday against the Saints in the preseason game. They wanted to hold on to him. They drafted him last year. He was with the ones. Now that Savage has been down at safety, looked like that might have been his job, but got hurt. We got Sean Davis, Tariq Carpenter back there. So I think it might be a longer-term injury, seeming as they did let him go. So, yeah, tough to let a draft pick go just after 1 year. So, Hank the Tank. Let's go. I love that name. Do you feel Crosby will keep the kicking job? I do, yes. You probably just sent that in before I was talking about it, but yes. It's his job. He's been giving us so many good memories over the years. Not that it's directly related to him keeping his job this year, but He still got it. Last year, you can't put it all on him. The protection was bad. The snaps were bad. The holds were bad. And his kicking, yeah, it was bad, but man, it's tough to kick out there in general. And then you throw on top of him worrying about protection. Is it going to get blocked? The snap, is it going to make it to the holder? And then the hold with Bojorquez, he wasn't holding him right. Laces in, ball slanted the wrong way. It just was a mess. So we'll see. We got Coco at the long snapper position. Pat, the punter, holder. So he's played, I can't remember exactly how many years, but he's never missed a game. So, and he played over with the Bears, never missed a game, kicks in cold weather, holds in cold weather. So, yeah, I think Crosby is safe, barring any injury related, extension with his recovery. H Ferment over on Instagram. My fantasy team's name is the Dobbsy Brothers. I love it. Little tribute to the Doobie Brothers. My dad would love that one. Green and gold, sure. Green and gold. Who do you think will be the top wide receivers this year? Not sure Lazard will be number one, except in the beginning. Top wide receivers starting off. You heard it from the man himself, AR12, Lazard, Cobb, Watkins. Maybe as the year goes on, that changes. If Watkins doesn't stay healthy, which I'm hoping he does, because if he does, I think he can produce. But you'll see Dobbs, you'll see Watson, maybe sneak up in there. If you're talking pass catchers, I think Tunyon's going to have a massive year. So if we're talking pass catchers, Lazard, Cobb, Tunyon, Watkins, I think Lazard will be the number one all year. He was hurt last year, but if he stays healthy, I think he'll be that guy. I don't see Dobbs or Watson surpassing him. Him and Rodgers, him being Lazard, they got a connection already. And LaFleur loves him, so I think they'll focus on him quite a bit. FF Pack Princess. Also, you got a haircut and didn't consult your crew. Just kidding. Yes, I did get a haircut last week. Thank you for noticing. I'm gonna have to check with you guys before I do that next time because I wanna do this show for you. And if you don't want me to get a haircut, then that's fine. Haven't shaved in a couple days. I don't get facial hair very very well, but it's getting long. It's getting scruffy. I told my wife I might keep it for a week. She did not like that. People think AR lost a star in Adams, which he did. But got to remember, AR creates the stars. It's now next man up. Let's go. That's exactly right. I talked about it a little bit about like 2 weeks ago on the show. Like Rodgers was making receivers before Devontae was even in the league. So yeah, Devontae's the best receiver in the league right now. I think him, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Hopkins if he's not suspended. But yeah, Rodgers has been making guys before Devontae was in the league, and he'll continue to do that. I think Lazard given number one opportunities with the offense. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 5 receiver in the game, but you never know. Thanks for the comment, FF Pack. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Xbox winner over on Instagram. Do you think that the Pack will have a chance with the players we have this year? I do. I 100% do. Larry McCarron, Packer player turned announcer, just celebrated his 50th training camp. Coach gave him a shout out yesterday after practice. And during McCarron's speech, he said, hey, I've seen, 50 training camps. And, it's been a blessing to be around these guys. And he said, this is the year that I think we can do it all with the guys we got. So if Larry says it, I'm right with him. Ferment on Instagram. How important do you think Tunyon will be for our offense this year? Any chance he gets back to his level from a couple seasons ago? Yeah, I just said it. I think he's going to be a stud this year. Anybody who's in my fantasy league, which there is nobody in this chat, I'm shooting for Tunyon. He'll probably slip later. And I think he's going to get targeted a ton. So he's one of the guys that Rodgers trusts. Him, Lazard, Cobb. I think Watkins is getting up there as far as trust is going on, but yeah, Tunyon's going to have a big year. And that's not really, yeah, it is me being biased, but at the same time, big year for Big Bob coming up. All right, Donald over on Facebook. Donald, thank you for tuning in. Will the NFC North be more competitive? The Bears are bad. The Lions, I think, will still be bad. The Vikings, you never know. They got a new coach. Defense has some questions. Their offensive line has some questions, but they still got Justin Jefferson. They still got Dalvin Cook. And if Dalvin stays healthy, that's a pretty good trio to have with Kirk Cousins, kind of just distributing the ball. Easy to do when you've got Dalvin Cook, excuse me, Justin Jefferson. I think they'll be our obviously biggest challengers, but Packers are going to win the North. They're going to be a playoff team. That's just where it is. That's just what it is. So might be a little more competitive, and if we lose week 1, which we're not, that could shake things up a little bit. Donald, thank you for the question on Facebook. I appreciate you tuning in. D Watt, welcome back. Thanks for hopping on again, man. Been hearing tons about the defense. Which player or players do you think will have the biggest impact on the defensive side of the ball? Number 1, Rashawn Gary, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Number 2, Jair Alexander, All-Pro, the best, if not one of the best corners in the league. Outside of those two guys, it could be a number of guys. Devondre, Adrian Amos is quiet, but he always does his job. Kenny Clark, you can't talk about the defense without talking about Kenny Clark. And then guys that are not second, tier, but Preston Smith, Rasul Douglas, Eric Stokes, Quay Walker, if he can get up to speed. Jerron Reed, I think, is kind of a underrated and not so much talked about guy that I think is going to have a huge impact. Him and Kenny down there in the trenches. So Dean Lowry. I know I just named a ton of guys, but our defense is that good where there's so many guys that can have a huge impact. Who do you predict for the Week 3 Bucks versus Packers? That's going to be a tough game. Down in Tampa again. Can we just get them at home in Green Bay? Oh, wait. We did in the NFC title game, and we lost. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. We got a tough 2 or 3 games the first, 3 of the year. At the Vikings, Bears at home. That's going to be a blowout. 42-7, 42-10, 35-0 because our defense is that good. But I predict the Packers will probably leave or lose one of the 3 or one of the first, one of week 1, week 3, excuse me. The Vikings or Bucks. If they beat them both, then dang, you're off to a hot start. So it's going to be a tough game. FF Pack Princess, when are you going to reverse your screen so we don't see everything backwards? Is everything backwards? Let me reverse it here and see if that helps. Well, then I can't see the chat. Let me know if that's better right there. You got about 10 seconds, and then I'm going to switch it back. You let me know. All right. How was that? The way I'm looking at it, maybe you do see everything backwards. I don't know. Yes, that is better. Dang, I'm sorry, but I can't see the chat if it's backwards. Fortunately, Instagram doesn't coincide with any streaming services, so I have to do it from my phone. And to see the chat, it's got to be facing me. So I apologize for that. FF Pack Princess, I do take advice though. Keep bringing it. Matt, what is happening? Thanks for hopping on, tuning in. For Matt, do you think they should cut back to 2 preseason games in the future? Well, they just cut, obviously, they cut back from 4 to 3 out of the game in the season. I would not mind if they did 2 preseason games in an 18-week schedule with 2 byes. That's what I would like. Or would that be, 18 games. That way you have the even number. But yeah, 2 preseason games. That's kind of a small sample size for guys that are trying to make the team. But hey, whatever. Backpack Jack, Coon. Coon is right, baby. Coon is right. Zach, thanks for hopping on. Matt, should Etling be our second string or should Love continue to be second string? Without a question or doubt in my mind, Jordan Love will be the second string until he's off the team. Um, Danny Etling's been playing pretty good, but Jordan Love, in my opinion, has still been playing better. Everybody thought Kurt Benkert was out playing Jordan Love, and he got cut. Still hasn't been on a team. So I wish the best for Kurt. He's a fun guy to follow along with, and he loved Green Bay. But yeah, Etling, he's been in the league for quite a while. Been traveling around teams. Teams know what he can be. Greetings from Brazil, Rog. What is happening, man? All the way in Brazil. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. Joey, is the Packers D for real? Yes, they are 100% for real. Backpack Jack, this is a great one to end it on. Sammy Watkins is going to have a big year. Love it. I'm going to call it a day here for Rob's Table Talk. Another great chat in the books. I'll be going live every single day, Monday through Friday, just to talk it up with you guys. So if it's something you enjoy doing as well, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. It's in my Instagram bio, on the website, gbpdaily.com. Follow me on Twitter, whether it's my personal at Rob Westerman 3 or whether it's on GBP Daily's channel at GBP Daily. Shoot me a message or a tweet. I'm always down to chat some Packers anytime, any day. Thanks again for joining, and I will catch you guys later.